Georgie and I'm a canine behaviourist and training advisor at Battersea. Today I'm going to show you how to teach your dog a down. Teaching your dog to lie down on cue is a great behaviour for them to learn because it's good for teaching your dog to stay and teaching them a settle. Because every dog is different, we're going to teach you 3 different ways of how you might teach a down. And it also might be useful to have something comfy for your dog to lie on like a blanket. So the first method that we will use is if your dog already knows a sit. So, okay. I'm going to pop the treat right on his nose like a magnet, bring it all the way down to the ground and tuck it in between the front paws. If your dog is not going into a down easily, then you might want to reward them if they're halfway there and then when they're a little bit further and keep going like that till they're all the way down to the floor. Once you've got your dog into a down successfully 5 times, then you know they've got it and you can move on to the next stage. Next stage, you've got your treat in both hands, lure down with one hand and reward with the opposite hand. Right on the nose. Yes, and reward with the opposite hand. Once you've got that successfully 5 times, then you're ready to move on again. So we're now going to move on to our hand signal. So that's going to be where you were luring, taking it all the way down to the floor and rewarding with the other hand. Once your dog is doing this successfully, so 100% every time, you can add in your voice cue, down, yes. Next stage is you're going to reduce your hand signal. So you're going to put the hand down, but don't take it all the way down to the floor. And once you've reduced your hand signal enough, you're then going to try just with your voice. Down. Yes. Another way to teach a down is start from a standing position, treat to the nose, lure into the paw. Next step is you're going to add in your hand signal, rewarding from this hand, no treats in your hand signal hand. Okay. Down. Yes. Next stage is you're going to reduce your hand signal and add in your verbal cue, Oakley, down. Okay. Down. Yes. If you're finding your dog is following the lure but not quite getting a down, then you might want to try our next method, which is through the leg. If using this method, make sure your dog is confident and comfortable being handled all over. So for this method, you're going to need to get into a sitting position with the legs up. So it's quite the ab workout too. And you'll be luring the dog underneath your legs. As your dog goes down on the floor under your legs, then you're going to reward them. So when you're doing this, you're making sure you're not putting any pressure on the dog. Yes. Next stage is lift your legs higher, lure the dog under and reward every time they go into a down. Next stage, you've got your treats in both hands, lure with one hand, reward from the opposite hand. Yes. While sitting on the floor, you should now be able to encourage your dog into a down next to you without luring them through your legs. If your dog is successfully going into a down every time, you can now use your hand signal all the way down to the ground, use your voice command, down. Oakley down, and reward from the opposite hand. You can start to phase out your hand signal so that your dog will go down on the voice signal only. Down. Yes. So that was how to teach a down. If you'd like to learn more about how to teach your dog the Battersea way, check out our website and keep watching our videos.